morning. I am Alan Latz, and I'm Chief Operating Officer of Heaven Hill Brands, and I'm part of the family that has guided our company since its founding in 1935, right after Prohibition. I'd like to thank you all, especially our kids from elementary school right over here, and they're part of the chess team, I understand, for attending this morning. And I'd also like to thank the mayor, councilmen and women, neighborhood leaders, clergy, and Metro Parks department officials who've all taken time to join us here today. It's an honor to be here to celebrate a new partnership between Heaven Hill, the California Community Center, and the Louisville Parks and Recreations Department. This partnership is just one component of a larger program we are undertaking to help beautify and improve the California neighborhood for residents and our employees who work and live here. Aside from the exciting news for the California Community Center that we are announcing today, we have also worked with Louisville Forward, One West, and the Healing Place to help underwrite a neighborhood cleanup event this past April 28th. And in cooperation with the California Neighborhood Leadership Council and Councilman David James's office. We will also be a sponsor of an upcoming Operation Brightside tree planting campaign in the fall to help improve the neighborhood and to provide needed tree canopy for the area. These are all part of a larger community involvement program which our company executes in Bardstown, where we are headquartered and have operated for over 80 years, in Metro Louisville, where we have had a presence for over 70 years, and now here in West Louisville. Heaven Hill Brands is a family-owned and operated company, and we take our corporate responsibility very seriously, and it's rooted in our corporate charitable giving mission to seek to improve the local communities in which our employees work and live by offering charitable support for education, health and well-being, and cultural enrichment. We first began to establish ourselves as a partner in the California neighborhood in 1999 with the purchase of the historic Bernheim Distillery just north of here on Breckenridge Street. We are the latest, and we plan to be the last owners of a bourbon-making facility that has stood at its present location since 1871, when they built the distillery in what was then farmlands, rather than the neighborhood that you see today. Since that time, there have been several ownership changes for the distillery, but in reality, it has done the same thing for over 150 years, namely turn all natural ingredients, grain, yeast, and water through an ancient process into one of the Commonwealth's signature products, Kentucky Bourbon Whiskey. As the stewards of this historic distilling site, we take to heart our responsibility to the community that has built up around us, for which we are now part of. In just the past 2 years, we are proud of the support we have provided to the neighborhood and the West End, which includes a major donation to the Dare to Care Food Bank to support a mobile unit for West Louisville and to purchase 6 freezers for food distribution through partner agencies within the area. A gift to Simmons College in August to underwrite 2 Heaven Hill scholarships for deserving students. Continued support for Reverend Elliott's Jesus in a Jobs program to support anti-recidivism efforts and reclaim abandoned properties in the neighborhood. Sponsorship of a free Derby Week cruise on the Belle of Louisville, also organized by Reverend Elliott for families of victims of violent crime in the West End. Sponsorship of the very worthwhile Community Connections events and programming offered by James Linton and Miss Margaret Harris. Underwriting of the Backpack Angels program to provide backpacks and free school supplies to students from the Shawnee High School. So a significant donation of money and new winter coats to students of Portland Elementary. And we have a long-standing history of supporting local organizations in Louisville, like the Kentucky Science Center, the Louisville Zoo, the Speed Museum, the Fund for the Arts, and many more that do great work here and throughout the city. But today, we are specifically celebrating a brand new partnership with Louisville Parks and Recreation as we unveil plans for a new outdoor play area for children and adults to enjoy within the California Community Center. We wanted to be able to make a donation to the neighborhood that would help the community enjoy life more, which, when used responsibly, is what our products do. We have worked closely with Ben Johnson and the staff here to develop new landscaping, permanent chess tables, cornhole sets, and essentially redo the entire outdoor area, as you can see here in this rendering. We eagerly look forward to seeing this project become a new resource for our neighbors and their families to socialize and enjoy life in the California neighborhood that we share with you. I would now like to ask Mayor Fisher to come up and say a few words, followed by Councilman James, and finally Ben Johnson from Metro Parks and Services. Mayor Fisher.
Thank you, Ellen, and good morning, everybody here. We got a little break on the weather today. It was hot and humid yesterday, but we had a fantastic turnout for the hike, bike, paddle, yoga, and Tai Chi. Probably about 10,000 people down there, really starting the day off very well as we celebrated those and memorialized those that gave their life for our country during Memorial Day. So appreciate everybody coming out for that. Alan Latz, to you and Larry Cass and the whole Heaven Hill team, good job. This is what you're seeing when a company continues to invest in the neighborhood where they're at and building partnerships with the various entities. We appreciate the work that you guys are doing with our Parks and Rec system, our various schools as well. Wheatley Elementary, what can we say to you guys? Huh? And the chess team, intellectual firepower here. And you guys are looking good today. I guess you're sad that school's going to be out this week, aren't you? Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Principal Bunton, done a great job this year. Appreciate your leadership very much, but so happy to have the chess team here with us here so we can see how this program is going to be put to good use, not just this summer, but throughout the year as well. And it's a great example of just using what now was an underutilized space and how we can bring it to life even more. It's going to be a big summer for our whole Parks and Recs team here with Louisville Metro. Got all kinds of parents signing kids up for what's going to be coming forward here. We want to keep the kids busy during summertime so they can continue to learn and stay active and stay fit as well. That's what we want for the entire summer that we've got going on here. So I just wanted to say thank you to Heaven Hill, thank you to Ben Johnson, to our Parks and Recs team. Vincent James is with us. He's our chief for community building. Looking over this good-looking young man right here who runs all of our community building, which is a big operation, which includes Parks and Recs. And just encourage all the parents out there and caregivers to, if you haven't got your kids lined up for an event, now's the time to do so. Also, our cultural pass will be available this summer starting on June the 1st. You'll be able to pick those up at our Parks and Rec centers, also at our public libraries. So the cultural pass will allow you as a youth age 0 to 21 to enter dozens of cultural institutions here in the city for this summer. So it's a great way to keep the kids learning and keep them active throughout the year. But in closing, Alan, again, Heaven Hill, you guys are a great partner to our city. And I know, as you said, there's more to come. So thank you very much. Now, please, yes, sir, let's hear it for Heaven Hill. Wheatley Elementary, let's hear it for these guys. And then let's hear it for our Metro Council President, David James. Come on up here, Councilman, please.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody, first of all, to California Neighborhood in the 6th District. And I'd like to say welcome to Councilwoman Barbara Sexton Smith for being here. And I'd like to thank, most importantly, I'd like to thank the mayor for his leadership and all the things that he just spoke about with the Parks Department and the work that Reverend Vincent James and his team have been doing in providing opportunities for kids this summer. And I'd like to really take an opportunity to thank Alan Latz and Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill is a member of this community, and they are a good corporate neighbor. And they have worked really hard to be an even better corporate neighbor every single year that I have worked with them. And I want to say thank you for that. And I think you deserve a hand for that. And for the young folks here, The chess team, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play some chess, okay? Can we do that? All right, even though school's going to be out? No, that wasn't so. Okay, let's try one more time. Yes, right? Okay, thank you. But I just really want to take this time to say thank you to the partnerships that have been formed and the work that Heaven Hill has done in forming those partnerships in the California community and the work that we're going to see take place here in California Park. It adds to the quality of life and the fabric of life of this community, and I can't say thank you enough, and I'll be brief. Thank you.
Good morning, Ben Johnson, Metro Parks and Recreation, and I just want to echo what you've already heard. Thank Alan and Larry with Heaven Hill. This has been a great partnership, a great opportunity, and I love the fact that it came together so quickly. I think we had maybe 2 or 3 meetings, a couple of phone calls. They wanted to get it done. We did everything we could to get it done. I will be remiss without thanking some of our internal staff, not just here at the California Community Center, who do a great job, but also throughout the Park Division. We have other organizations and entities that are working to make sure this project happens, not just quickly, but efficiently. And I also want to thank and shout out to partners here in California, particularly B.J. Bunton with Wheatley Elementary. We have a long-standing and growing partnership there. Arthur Cox with St. George's Scholar Institute and Dr. Georgia Turner with 2 Not 1. This is called the California Community Center, and that's really what we are about, building community. And then the kickoff of those partnerships with JCPS and the Diversity, Equity, and Poverty. They have a permanent office located here because what we're trying to do is more than recreation. This is a community center. We're all about community, and that's how this project came about. Immediately to my right, there's a softball field and a football field where families bring kids all the time. We wanted to make another area where people could get together and be social. It just fell right into place with the chess team here. We've partnered with JCPS to do chess programming here at the center. And so it's extremely important to us that everybody know that the California Community Center is about community. The California community is about community. And I also want to thank the mayor and Reverend James, who continue to give us opportunities to be creative and do things like this, which I believe are pretty unique, not just in this city or in this state, but in this country. So I want to thank you all for coming out. We are really excited about expanding this area as we continue to do new, different, and creative programming. And if anybody sees the wall behind me and you're worried, we're in the process of having a mural put there. So that's just another thing that we're doing to continue to beautify the community and make sure this is an area that people can be proud of. So thank you again. And in closing, I definitely want to thank Heaven Hill and invite you all back when we have the ribbon cutting or the bag tossing or the chess piece moving when everything is done. So thank you all.